Another recording. Maybe it'll work this time. I doubt it.
Had some problems last time.
Well, you know, battery life things.
Yeah.
99%.
Okay.
And battery life is all of them.
Yes. Every time. Oh.
All right, so I want to bring to your attention a couple of things. First of all, sort. Sort is going to be due before the Android tic-tac-toe. Decided that that's a small enough project that it's worthwhile doing. Basically, you're pulling information out of a file, and it's a series of numbers. You break it by commas, and then sort it in different ways. The whole point of that particular assignment is to try and, it's to show you really that even though computers may seem fast, the way you actually do things does matter. So we're going to try something called bubble sort, which is really, really slow. There's something called selection sort that's a little faster. And then we're doing something that I call table sort. You may find it called counting sort in other places. That's relatively fast. And your program should basically be able to load in the file, start a timer, do the sort, and then print out how long it took. And it might be worthwhile just for your own curiosity to see how long it takes on each of the 3 different input files. So one of them has 1,000 numbers in it, one of them has 10,000, I think one has 100,000. I used to have a file that was 1,000,000, but bubble sort would take all periods, so we wouldn't do that. So that one is actually pretty quick. You should be able to get that done in a couple of days. After that, definitely take a look at the Android tic-tac-toe. Issues with that I have found seem to be solved by creating a new project and then just copying files over. For whatever reason, sometimes when you first set up an Android project, the settings get messed up. And so you want to try, if you are having trouble, it's just not compiling or having issues, try creating a new project from scratch and then just copy your files over that you need. All right? So those are the 2 things. Sorting, I want done by hopefully the end of next class. I'll still accept it by the beginning of the following. And then Android tic-tac-toe, I'm giving you a couple of weeks on. Any questions on that? Okay. Off you go. Sort the whole thing. Put it back in a file in order.
But imagine if you had to sort this by yourself.
That would be terrible. This is what a computer is really good at. And hopefully you're really good at programming, so the 2 of you can work together.
Horrible having to do this.
I agree. Yes. Can I check?
Yeah. What did we use the buffer reader on? What project?
I don't know that we've used it before. You can use a scanner. The scanner can take a file instead of like system in, and that'll work just fine.
What does that do now?
Basically, when you say next line, instead of pulling it from the console, it pulls it from the file instead.
Yeah, I have the file. I just don't know how to put it back into it, right?
So,
I take the file and then
okay, so that's the file. So what you'll do is basically, while there's more input, one line at a time, you just say next line, next line, next line, and put it all into one string if you want.
Okay.
Have you looked at the video yet, how to do that?
No.
Okay, that will help you a lot. Basically, I walk through that process of how do you pull the pieces apart. Because the other thing you have to do is you have to split it on commas, so that's a big deal too. Okay?
I told you.
I take it this is due next class?
Yeah.
All right. Get sorting done pretty soon, all right?
Yeah, we actually already started.
Yeah.
We already
Oh, did you?
did that 4 videos.
Okay.
It's not like edit it, but there's like errors.
Okay, so you just have a little bit of debugging to do, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000. Not shorthand.
How's your Arduino?
I got
Right
one for Christmas.
I don't get the controls.
You're a software person, aren't you? Dealing with hardware is a little tricky, isn't it?
I like the breadboard part.
Uh-huh.
The wiring's fun. Once you understand a little bit, you can make really complicated looking things. They're really cool.
Here.
Well, in Programming Club, Dylan and I are working on a little, button game, so we'll have to see how that goes.
Thursdays?
Thursday, yeah.
may be able to come, but not
Please
next
do not.
Thursday. Not this
Oh.
Thursday, because there's
Oh.
join us when we didn't go to Cindy.
Okay.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
I'm going to watch this movie as well.
You two doing okay?
Yeah.
The sorting makes sense? Oh, you already are done with sorting. Okay. Now comes the Android project.
You gonna do the other Android project as well? Actually,
You okay, Molly? Good. Well done on the final, by the way.
okay.
What's up, man?
Which classes do you want us to do? The Android tic-tac-toe.
That is an excellent question. Can you just zip the whole project and turn it in? Zip the whole folder? Okay. So Calvin just brought up an interesting point. When you actually turn in the Android project, actually create a zip file of the entire folder and turn it in. Just so that if there's anything that's a setting that I need for your project, I'll have that. So the entire project, just make a zip file out of it and turn the whole zip file in. If you've never done that, ask and we can show you how to do that.
I feel like they should have known how to do that by now.
You would think that, but there have been a number of projects where all of the Java files were individually put in.
How do we even do that on
So you upload like 10 files.
I thought you could only do one for the turn.
No, you can do multiple. I'm glad you didn't do that though.
Yeah. I think I saw someone upload their Zool on the main page in case someone wanted to play it, and it was all individual. I'm like,
That's exactly what happened. How you guys doing? Revisiting sort. You'll hammer this out so fast. I'm not worried about it. Have you ever done sorting stuff before?
A little bit, not something else.
Not as explicit as this. Okay. I think you will be fine. How you doing, Prem? Good. Is Android done, Ben?
Yep.
All right. We're going to be doing Android Farkle next,
All right.
so you can get started on that if you want to.
Might as well.
Figure out what pictures you want for your dice, because you got to create those.
All right.
Hey, Mike. Good to see you. Thank you. How's it going, Jake? Feel a little more confident after the final? You did pretty well. How you doing this?
Good.
Are you going to use an emulator for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Once you get done with this and you get it perfectly working in the emulator, you might try it on the tablet to see how it goes. Just to have the experience of actually having an app on. Okay. Hey, Guy, how you doing?
I'm good.
Looking at the giant file of numbers. Isn't that exciting? By the way, I wrote a program to make that file. I didn't do it by hand. Can you imagine how long that would take?
What do you have?
How's it going, Kylie?
What's going on?
Does the sorting make sense at all?
Yes and no. There's some areas where I'm like having to go back on the video, but the rest of it.
Okay. Does the way that we sort make sense? Like,
Yeah,
did you look at the
yeah.
cards and, okay, good.
The way that sorts everything makes sense.
So now it's translating into this weird Java-y thing.
That is what I have issues with.
Fair enough.
How does everything work for if you had your file set up like number, next line number, next line number, next
Oh, so now you have to figure out how to break it.
always, yeah. 'Cause I
So
work at home, just like with my own file.
something you might try taking a look at is something called a string tokenizer. So there is a built-in class that you put in like a string and the things you want it to break into pieces. And then you basically say, give me the next token, give me the next token, give me the next token. And if you do that over and over again, it'll break it into pieces. The other thing is string itself actually has something called split, which actually converts like a single string into an array of strings based on which thing you give it. So those two might be useful to you for breaking into
Would there
pieces.
be a way to, because like to like at every comma to like check something like this?
So what I would do is I would actually pull the entire string in as one big string, because it's actually, all these files are actually secretly just one line.
Yeah.
So you basically grab that thing, and then using that string, either use a tokenizer or the split command to break it into the pieces you need.
And a split, you say?
String tokenizer is,
Easier, or faster.
with split, it'll break it into an array. Are you planning on using an array or array
I have
list?
an array already.
Yeah, so use split in string.
Split returning a string.
This is C#, not, which is Microsoft Java. There you go. Yeah, so when you say split, if you go down, keep going down. Keep going down. Split. Right there.
Yeah.
So this regular expression, basically you put in,
Like comma.
yeah, in quotes, and it'll give you back an array of strings
Oh, okay.
that are
That's
broken by
cool.
that.
And it will take the commas out?
Yes.
Awesome.
Cool. What's going on, Josh? How's it going, guys?
Pretty good. How are you?
All right. How's your sorting going?
I'm about to get started.
You've almost started. Excellent.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it fantastic? Sort of like in that, first week back. Yeah,
Right.
Whatever.
Right. It'll be fine. Wait, he's making us do stuff? This is awful. Fair enough. All right. Get to it. You guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up?
The segment that you edit out of this footage. I'm a substitute teacher. I just started off in Beaverton this year. I've been doing this for about 6 years. In fact, I had a video tech class in Vancouver last year. So
Okay.
I'm pretty familiar with computer labs, and maybe not so much with Java, but
Right.
I can help students navigate through things. at
Cool.
a basic level.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I just want to get to know you and give you my card if you're interested.
Sure, absolutely. I'd love to, because it's hard to find people that know basic programming of any kind, so cool.
I'm not so strong with the programming, but definitely with running a computer lab.
Okay.
And apparently, from what I hear from your TA, it's pretty autopilot. So,
Yeah, it definitely is.
yeah.
Cool.
So yeah.
Good to meet you. Jason Galbraith. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Tyler Chao's class now?
I think he did.
All right.
I'll have to look again, but I think that's true. Well, he's debating about C++ changing over too.
What do you mean?
He might, instead of taking it for credit, just audit it. Just because he wants the experience, but he doesn't want the grade on his transcript. Like, he managed to make it through the practical, but it was rough.
Yeah.
Tends to scare people off a bit.
With practical, it was. I could see it being very hard or very easy.
Well, it's whether or not you know the subject. Like,
Yeah.
can you program? Like, that's the whole point. So one thing you might do, Cole, is take a look at the sort projects.
Okay.
So I would pull these down individually and just use them for each of them.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Oh, awesome. We can do it. We can do it. Sign.
Hey, Dylan. How's it going?
Good. He's
Hello.
using my computer because
it's got the Arduino one.
The driver.
Okay, that's fine.
What we did? One moment. Is there
How's it
a
going?
button?
Could you sign this?
Yeah.
Oh look! If I press the button, it blinks fast.
That resets the board.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Because it would be. It would start blinking.
Mr. Galbraith, does the button reset the board?
I'm pretty sure that's right.
Well, it's supposed to begin blinking really slowly at first. There. Blinking slowly, and then just keep watching it for like a minute.
I'm watching. The blinking light is very exciting.
I know it's gonna be more exciting soon. Just
Okay.
How much?
paying attention.
Okay. How much more of my life is this taking?
You can make an equation to model that. but,
Okay. Hopefully this is exponential growth.
Nope, linear.
Oh lordy, it is increasing. Okay, I can see that.
It's funny because when I was using my RGB now,
And then
that's really cool. My parents are like,
Yikes.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to be seeing here.
Right, exactly. It's not exciting until you have some application you're doing.
Well,
I have an application, just don't know how to wire
So I was
things.
like, hey, you should show us some stuff. I'm like, I
I'll
can
get
show you
help
this
with the wiring.
infix translator because
Well, the problem, like the reason I have issues like marketing these classes is exactly that.
yeah.
It's like, yes, this stuff is awesome. People love it. And then it's like, oh yeah, show us something. It's like, we sorted these numbers really fast. Oh well. I mean, that's the whole reason exactly. The whole reason that the robotics class exists is marketing, to be honest. I mean, it's cool, but it's also more visual. Like people can actually see robots wandering the hallways. So
And I still find like programming more fun though for me.
I do too, because there's a lot less problems in programming than in the real world. Like when you tell a robot to go 3 rotations, it goes, 3.1-ish, 2.9, maybe its turn. It's like, what a pain. Like with this, it's like set the integer to 5. It's 5. We're done.
That doesn't happen.
How's the emulator going?
It's okay.
Kind of slow.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Dakota beat me to this and graded all of these.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
My friend TA was busting out, and he started grading all the jobs.
No.
Well, he started making a binary search tree just because he was bored.
Yeah, but he wrote it in C, not C++.
Well, of course he did, because he's Dakota.
Yeah.
What I need to do is get him on the space simulation stuff while he's there. So.
He just needs to know what he's.
I literally sent you my code. Is there anything else you need?
I don't
Oh, can we set up an email for the Thursday club to get everybody there?
That's not the
Good.
point.
I can't show up for very long on Thursdays, but I'll show up, and then I'll try and do as much of the work I can, like over the weekends and stuff.
Okay. We need to make a plan is the main thing.
We do.
Okay.
If we can do that, I think it'll be fine.
Good.
But, so the things we have done is we do have the rendering engine done. So me or Dakota will probably work on the actual physics itself of the spaceship, which I can do that because it's not too bad for me.
Okay.
And then we just need like mini game solutions and stuff.
Okay.
And Dakota has the code for detecting spherical collisions, so
Good.
it should run relatively fast.
Good. Yeah, so one thing I'd like to do is add in like basic ship movement. I'd like to have something we can hit like an asteroid. And then, yeah. And then the server's actually getting done. Mark and Frank are both working on that. So.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks pretty good.
Good. Steven, work.
New zombies came out, and I was just curious.
All right. All right. Yeah, it's okay, man.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, he does.
Maybe like so many copies to paste.
No, I mean.
So Tim, what are you working on for your project?
Huh?
What are you working on?
Well, I was just looking at the library because it seemed a little unclear how exactly it works and where exactly it's saved all the gestures to when you're training it.
Right. It actually, so the one that I did a long time ago, you actually saved it to a file, and then the file gets loaded in. As far as I can tell, the gestures are a series of statistics that are collected on a particular thing, and then it basically tries to match that. As far as I can tell, just like using.
Yeah, and that was the idea I was going for when I was first trying to just do it without the library.
Right.
And so.
There's all sorts of issues with that though. So one thing is like if you do the gesture fast versus slow, it looks different. And so you still want them to match, though. We had that problem with the accelerometers when we were doing gestures, like actually physically. So somebody with a long arm has a very different profile than someone with a short arm that does the same thing. Or if you do it fast and slow, the accelerometer readings are different. And I'll bet it's the same sort of problem here. So you have to somehow try and normalize the readings, like so where it begins, where it ends, and then normalize the numbers so that it matches better in the statistics. Have you ever done anything like that?
Yeah, I think you could just, you probably just do that mathematically, just with proportions, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
As long as you can figure out the beginning and end cutoffs, I think that you would basically normalize it that way.
Okay.
So it's the math. Give it a try though.
Nothing new though.
Well, yeah.
It's like a scratch piece of paper, but it's actually
I'll just give you a pick.
Thank you. Someone bit me for I reached across her.